Thursday evening, everyone. I am Eric, and welcome back to Weather for Weather Geeks on the 19th day of May 2022. It was a better day today, a much improved afternoon after a cloudy start, a lot warmer, a lot more May-like than yesterday's chilly temperatures. We reached a high of 77 at the Youngstown Warren Airport today. Temperatures across the region pretty uniformly in the middle and upper 70s to around 80. A little bit of a lake breeze kept Erie, PA, under the 70-degree mark this afternoon. And as I record this video at 7:10 p.m., the 24-hour temperature change numbers are pretty impressive. Compared to the same time last evening, it's 23 degrees warmer locally, plus 20 in Newcastle, plus 18 in Akron, and it's going to be a good night to leave those windows open tonight because a very mild night is getting set to unfold. Kind of an interesting looking feature on the weather map this evening. This is a 12-hour radar loop. Notice this swirling area moving out of Oklahoma and Missouri and heading towards the lower Ohio Valley. This is what we sometimes call a mesoscale convective vortex. A little mini area of low pressure, if you will. Sometimes these can cause some severe weather episodes, and indeed, we have tornado watches and severe thunderstorm watches out for parts of the mid-Mississippi Valley, the lower Ohio Valley, out into parts of Kentucky as well. The severe weather threat, as we head through the overnight, will continue for a while in those same locations, but as we go past midnight in eastern Ohio and western PA, this same complex is going to try to move through, but it should be in a weakened form. So while I can't rule out a couple of loud claps of thunder late tonight and first thing Friday morning, overall the severe weather threat is quite a bit lower here locally than off to our south, our south and west. So might see a damaging wind threat in places like Cincinnati, Parkersburg, Marietta, heading down towards Lexington, Kentucky, and places such as that. But around here, by the time this moves through at an unfavorable time of the day, first thing tomorrow morning, the severe weather risk will lower. Tomorrow's severe weather risk, this includes tomorrow and tomorrow night, is pretty low locally. I'm expecting a dry afternoon and, again, maybe a couple of thunderstorms to start, but the afternoon should be high and dry and warm. Temperatures off to the races tomorrow as we get into this warm sector with a brisk southwest wind. Now, if you're a allergy sufferer, tomorrow's not going to be a good day for you because this wind is going to blow the pollen around for sure. Temperatures will be in the mid-80s tomorrow afternoon with a little bit of an uptick in those dew points as well. Let's talk about the changeable weekend forecast. Now, a couple of days ago, it looked like Saturday afternoon into Saturday evening would be our stormy part of the weekend with a severe weather threat. But starting yesterday, the models really slowed down this front. It's a good 24 hours slower now. So our forecast for Saturday has been trending drier and hotter, while the forecast for Sunday has been trending wetter. During the day Saturday, the atmosphere will be pretty unstable. It's going to be hot. It's going to be muggy. Temperatures around 90. The record high is 89 on Saturday. So we'll have some instability. We won't have much of a trigger for thunderstorms on Saturday. This front's not going to plow through. We need sometimes, you need a little instigator. You need a shovel to lift things up. Something to get the air parcels rising faster. And we don't have much of one on Saturday. But that being said, with the instability in the atmosphere as we go into the afternoon, I can't rule out some thunderstorms trying to bubble up, maybe first in northern and north central Ohio and then progressing east by the end of the afternoon into the evening. I can't discount that possibility, even though the chances are lower of seeing storms on Saturday than they are on Sunday. If you have outdoor plans on Saturday, stay weather aware, make sure you're checking the latest forecasts, and make sure you're bringing up the interactive radar on the Storm Tracker 21 app. All right, on Sunday, we'll get off to a dry start. A warm, humid start, upper 60s at the start of the day Sunday. And as we get into the midday and afternoon, as this front finally starts to make some eastward progress, it's going to tap into a decent amount of instability. Now, the atmosphere will not be as unstable Sunday as it will be Saturday, but on Sunday, we have more of a trigger. We have this front moving through, so whatever instability we do have, it can be tapped. It can be taken advantage of, if you will, by this approaching front. Again, this is on Sunday. So the severe weather risk painted by the Storm Prediction Center on Saturday is towards the lower end. It's a 1 on a 1 to 5 scale in a lot of northern Ohio and decreases as you head off to the south and east. I guess I wouldn't be surprised if when this becomes the day 2 outlook later tonight around 2 a.m., if somewhere in this dark green there's a slight risk or a 2 on that 1 to 5 scale introduced. I think it'll be northwest Ohio, southeastern Michigan if that were to happen. Again, that's Saturday. Now, during the day on Sunday, I think the severe weather risk will be highest in far eastern Ohio, all of western and west central PA, up into western and central New York, as well. This will be the area that has the highest risk of some strong thunderstorms. And I think the risk overall, from thunderstorms on Sunday would be wind. I don't see a high-end tornado threat at this point. Hail should not be too big of an issue, but we could have some pretty good gusts of wind in some of these storms that try to form. Now, what about the timing on Sunday? Again, we're dry first thing in the morning. I think this is mostly midday into the afternoon. These storms might try to erupt and initiate as early as about noon. And then we should be pretty much out of the woods in most of our TV viewing area, I would think by about 5 or so Sunday evening. Temperatures, again, a story as we head into the next couple of days. No records tomorrow. We'll do middle 80s on Friday, but then this 90 on Saturday would break the record of 89 set in 1934. And I mentioned yesterday, if we were to hit 90 on Saturday, it would be the earliest 90-degree temperature in the spring season that we've had in 60 years. It's been since 1962 since we have had a 90-degree temperature this early in the season. And so if that were to come to fruition on Saturday, it would be quite an interesting little event. Today is the 19th day of the month, and typically around this time of the month, we get an update from the Climate Prediction Center, part of NOAA and the National Weather Service. We get an update on the next month's temperature and precipitation outlook, as well as the seasonal outlook for the 3-month period coming up. And what we have coming up, of course, is meteorological summer, June, July, and August, and this will serve as CPC's final summer outlook. And you'll notice odds are favoring just about in the entire lower 48. Odds are favoring a warmer than average summer. The only places where it's kind of neutral odds or equal chances right now are near the U.S.-Canadian border in the Northern Plains. Elsewhere, the smart money is on a warmer than average summer, including around here. Now, do I think it's going to be one of the hottest summers on record or anything like that? No, I don't. But I do concur that odds would favor it being a warmer than average summer overall. Equal chances locally of a wetter than average summer and a drier than average summer. Now, the banner up top says April, May, June. This is for June, July, August. I forgot to change the banner. Odds are pretty strong that it's going to be a dry summer, and this will lead to wildfire concerns in parts of the Rockies down into the southern plains. Wetter than average conditions are favored along the mid-Atlantic coast down into parts of the southeast. Perhaps an active hurricane season as well. For us, it could go either way, with odds roughly about the same for either a wetter than average summer or a drier than average summer. All right, back in the medium term, of course, we have Memorial Day weekend coming up, and people are interested in what the overall weather is likely to be like around that time of the month. Too early to talk about precipitation chances, but we have a pretty good handle on the overall temperature pattern as we head towards Memorial Day weekend coming up in about 10 days, and it looks pretty warm. How warm? Again, too early to get real specific. You can, of course, find sources on the internet that say it will be 87 degrees 12 days from now and things like that. You got to take those things with a big grain of salt, of course. Most of that is just straight computer model data. We're not going to give specific temperature forecasts, a high of this, a low of this for day 13 and 14, but we can point to the trends, and the trends are definitely for a warmer than average stretch to wrap up the month of May and head into early June. All right, I've rambled long enough on this Thursday evening. Thanks for watching Weather for Weather Geeks. We'll have a full update on that weekend forecast and much more coming up on Friday. Look forward to talking to you then.